Hi, I'm Thiago from Top 10 Board Games, and this is the review for Steam Power. In Steam Power, players try to build the best resource distribution network, trying to fulfill as many contracts as quickly as possible. It's a game for 1 to 5 players from the well-known game designer for games like Brass, Martin Wallace. The game will take an average of 1 hour, and it's recommended for people over 14 years old. So inside here we have our rulebook that teaches how to play. Some tiles, we have put them here inside the bag. So these will be the tiles that will have our factories and our resources. Different kinds of resources and different kinds of factories. And we'll have here some of the contracts. We have them all here in some plastic bags that are not included. So we have here some of the contracts. So they will tell you what kinds of resources you'll need to fulfill them and what they give you after you successfully have fulfilled them. So we also have here some trains with which will mark our tracks. More trains in more colors. And some resources, all the kinds of resources here. Some red trains too. All of our track. So we have some curves and some straight lines and some Ys also. The money chips, which serve as points. And here this is something a bit of note because it's not too usual. So instead of a cardboard board, we have a mat. So it's a pretty mat, it's pretty good quality. So we have 2 of these mats with some different setups. So this other one comes with a different setup. Different towns, different rivers, etc. So they're really good quality and really nice. If I had to describe Steam Power in one sentence, I would say it's a pure pick up and deliver. Our objective is to be able to complete contracts, which involves being able to take a given number and type of resources from one part of the map to another. The turn is very simple. We can perform 2 actions, either build up to 2 roads, build a factory, complete a contract, get 2 new contracts, or get 3 money from the bank. To complete a contract, we must be able to transport the necessary resources to one of our cities. If we use another player's factories or trains, we have to pay them a coin for each use. The game ends at the end of the round in which someone completes a given number of contracts, dependent on the number of players. Players then total their points for completed contracts, 1 point for every 5 money, 2 points for each empty factory. Some cities give 4 points, depending on the number of connections to that city. If only 1 player is connected, he wins 4 points. Otherwise, the points are distributed among the players connected. And that's about it. Positives. The game is a great example of creating paths and taking resources from one point to another. It's a much simpler game than other games by this author with the same concept, such as Age of Steam or Brass. It's a quick game, but it's still challenging as we have to optimize expenses while building factories and tracks. Also, we have to try and position our factories and trains well, and think about when it's worth paying other players to use their resources and trains. Negatives. If you're a big fan of Age of Steam or Steam and think it's a similar game, you might be disappointed, as Steam Power aims to be a much simpler game. The theme and main mechanisms are similar, but that's where the comparison ends. It's not intended to be a new Steam game despite its name. Reasons to play. Never played a train game other than Ticket to Ride? Do you like trains or the prospect of optimizing deliveries and looking for a game lasting about an hour without the complexity of an 18xx? Then this game could be for you. The biggest plus of Steam Power is that it can be very challenging. You genuinely try to optimize your paths without ending up being too complex. It's a relatively light game, but each decision is important. Reasons to buy. I think it would be a really cool game for train fans that haven't played a lot of games, even as a better alternative to Ticket to Ride. In summary, we really liked Steam Power, and without a doubt it has a place in our collection. A 1-hour game that brings an interesting level of challenge, keeping you captivated and wanting to have another try. The map, being made of fabric, also probably makes it easier and cheaper to produce expansions with new maps, which can bring new variability. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you!
Life's a roll of dice, cards stacked up high. Move your piece with fire, strategy through the wire.